To say it was an interesting season for the Prince George Cougars is a bit of an understatement. Expectations were high for the team in September, but losing players to suspensions, injuries, and the NHL forced the Cougars to narrowly miss the playoffs.
In my 3 years here, I've not made the playoffs 2 years, and the first year we got eliminated in February or whatever it was, and that was awful. But to come this close, it takes someone away from you. You know, you're real pissed off and you're angry, but makes you that much stronger for the next year and makes you want to get there that much harder.
You know, I'm very disappointed that we're not still playing. I think that, you know, how close it was at the end, we just needed, you know, a couple more wins during the season at some point to get ourselves a little bit closer. And, you know, I think we send these guys away with a little bit of a pit in their belly for not being in the playoffs, and that should be what drives us all summer to get back here and compete and do what we need to do for next year.
The good news is the 2011-2012 season was a terrific opportunity to give some of those younger Cougar players experience they wouldn't have otherwise received.
Next year we got a lot of 17-year-olds now, so that's kind of reassuring in itself, where last year we had 6 16-year-olds in the lineup. Now it's maybe have 2 or 3. Now we got a lot of 17-year-olds and a lot of prime age players. So everyone's got a year on their belt now, so now everyone knows what to expect and they know how they have to play for 72 games. So now you don't have to treat them as young guys, where you know they're veterans on the team next year. So everyone's going to be holding themselves accountable and just like a higher standard of play, I guess, next year.
While next season's group of 17-year-olds will have a lot of experience, that doesn't mean they can simply stroll into camp with a guaranteed roster spot.
You know, I'm positively looking forward to next season with those guys. I think that, you know, they did prove that they can play at this level. But I also told them, don't assume anything here. You got to go home and put a good summer in and come back determined. And so somebody younger, or somebody comes and steals their job from them for next year too. So that's the message I send away with those guys.
The Cougars might have just wrapped up their season, but thoughts have already turned to next year.
Hopefully I can be back next year and fill that 20-year-old role. So it'd be nice to make another run, so hopefully make playoffs and go far. So we'll see what happens, and I'm going to do whatever I can to make sure we get there. But just to be a rock on the back end, you know, nothing fancy, but just get the job done. So hopefully going to do that.
Well, I expect us to take a big jump, no different than what Kamloops did this. We knocked Kamloops out of the playoffs last year, and they ended up coming in and beating BC Division champs. We want to, don't know if we'll be the champs, but we want to come in and make that same kind of marked improvement.
For Shaw TV in Prince George, I'm Kevin Neal.